How do you engage your audience? This is question number 8 in the 9 foundational questions of business. Some businesses don't engage their audience at all. They have an ad that brings them into some kind of immediate funnel that goes straight to an offer and purchase and made. If I'm selling funny t-shirts, I don't necessarily need to engage my audience. You don't know me, you don't know my brand. You see an ad, you see the t-shirt, t-shirt's funny, you buy the t-shirt. Boom. No engagement, no relationship. On the other hand, what I do is I use email list and also a school community to maintain a relationship, as well as these videos, to maintain that relationship. Somebody finds me somehow, maybe because they attended a summit, maybe because they found me through school, maybe a partner promoted one of my freebies and they discovered it, maybe a referral through networking, a number of ways, and now they're in my world. Right? I don't have a strict sales funnel. It's not like, welcome, okay, you want to buy, that's not really my thing. My thing is more to build a community, to build a space where people can get to know me, hang out with me, and eventually they may say, oh, I find that valuable, I'd like to get that thing. So there's a number of ways that I serve my audience, nurture my audience is the technical marketing term. I have an email list in which I tell stories, I teach, I guide, I support. I have a school community where people can get to know each other and feel that sense of community. I run virtual summits, which are both lead generation, but also people already in the audience. It gives them the chance to connect with each other, to connect with me, to feel more connected. I make these kinds of videos. The thing to think about is, for the people who don't buy right away, either because it's not your strategy to sell them right away, or because only about 3% of people are in the market for any given thing at any given time, which means 97% are not in the market, even though probably 20 to 40, maybe 50% of them will be in the next 12 to 24 months. How do you keep them engaged? There are some industries where they completely forget about this, but it's incredibly important, like selling cars or selling houses, mortgages, things like that, long cycle sales. When you buy a house, you're probably not going to be a repeat buyer for a while, on average 7 years, some people longer, some people shorter. Your realtor may still be in the industry 7 years from now, but will you still remember them if they don't keep in touch? This is why for people like that, I like to teach them to use email the way I do, which is not a salesy, pitchy kind of way, but a value forward, service oriented kind of email. If you're a realtor, not retailer, if you're a realtor and you sold someone a house, what do you know about them? They own a house. And when you buy a house, houses don't come with instruction manuals. So as a realtor, a valuable form of content you could create is content about owning a home. Coming into the fall, here's advice about preparing your home for winter. Coming into the spring, here's advice about preparing your home for the summer. You know, how to deal with insects and rodents, how to deal with snow, how to prevent pipes from freezing, all that kind of stuff. That's the kind of content. You don't want to be emailing your clients who bought a house with, check out my latest listings. I don't care. That would be like a dating site sending, or that'd be like a marriage, a wedding planner sending information about singles in the area. The person who bought a house isn't in the market for a house. The person who got married isn't in the market for a date. Now they want to go to that next step. Now, dating sites that help people get married hopefully don't have repeat customers, although statistically on average it's about the same return number of years as real estate, but that's a whole different thing. The point is, you want to be providing information and value that's relevant to that audience to keep them engaged. And with real estate, if you may meet a client who will want to buy a house in the next 3 to 5 years. How do you stay in touch 3 to 5 years? What are you going to do? Call them up every 3 months? Hey, John, yeah, just want to check in. How you doing? Yeah, how's the kids? Yeah, they know what you're doing. But if you're providing value through anything from a YouTube channel to a podcast to an email list, you are staying in touch in that passive way without having to bug them and get them on the phone and annoy them again, but still maintaining a presence in their life that is positive. So when the time comes, they're more likely to think of you instead of someone else. So the question for you is, how do you keep your community engaged? How do you stay top of mind with them over time so that they will buy from you and or refer people to you when the time comes and not forget about you entirely. What is your answer to question 8 of the 9 foundational questions of business? How do you keep your audience engaged?